A lot of potential AoE damage here. And like I said, Sheth has to be very careful, does not want to let his units clump up. What a wild game this is. We even have, there it is, hatchery being claimed at the island expansion. Why not? It's not like these expansions are safe at all for the Zerg. Not with the Terran unit in the middle, Terran force in the middle of the map. And here comes Thorzain. Maybe thinking, all right, here we go, boys. It's time to roll in. Strap up your belts and pull up your pants, or do it the other way around and move out. And these Marines are like, to get taken out by the infestors. That was a sad moment for them. A lot of corruptors here for Sheth, so he's got a lot of anti-air. This is going to be really crazy. And here we go. Thorzain mounting up and preparing for an attack. Has loaded up a medevac with the Thor, and I think that was a mistake, and unload it. Double sensor tower in the middle of the map to provide as much sensory information as possible. And Sheth now bringing his queens off the line as well. Why not? Both players upgrades, by the way, guys. Should have said this before. 1-2 for the air, 3-3 for the ground, 2-2 for the air for Zerg. And I would imagine that, well, he doesn't have any ground units, so it doesn't matter. But queens, 3-2-2. So there it is. And it's just going to be a brawl here. When are these two players going to fight? Oh, here's Seeker Missile. Where is it? Where is it? I didn't catch it. I'm so sorry, guys. It looks like it landed somewhere, but I don't know where. The Seeker Missiles have been revealed now. And just a little bit of skirmish firing. It's like the two armies facing off against each other, and they're like throwing little bullets here and there, but the major battle hasn't started yet. Here we go, those Seeker Missiles coming. Oh, the Corruptors! Oh my god, taking huge globs of damage there. And now, I think Thorzain should make something happen. The Corruptors are weakened. The longer he waits, you know, the more time they get to regenerate. Likewise, though, he does get more time for a second round of Seeker Missiles because he got the Corvid Reactor. Oh, no! Yeah, Neural Parasite on the Raven, but already launched its cargo. Here comes another Seeker Missile. Ouch! Ouch, indeed. Those Corruptors are so softened up right now. And we'll have to see, man. It's like a huge battle here from the northwest to the southeast. Anything can happen. PDD's coming down, totally preventing the Corruptors from firing up, but the Fungal catches the Vikings. And this is such an epic battle. I do think Sheth has a better position in the air, though. Great concave. Neural Parasite's a Raven. Will he get a Seeker Missile or not? He's actually letting that Raven restore, I think, back to Sheth's control, or back to a Terran's control, and there it goes, but it doesn't matter. It ends up dying, and wow, what a battle. But Sheth, I think, winning out quite convincingly, and that was one of the most epic air versus air fights I've ever seen. Look at the remnants. The last remnants is like the PDD in the air. And it will get picked off eventually by these Corruptors and Brood Lords, but what an epic battle that was. And Sheth coming out so far ahead, I think, in that fight. Both players, actually, Sheth really banking a lot of resources. I'm actually a little bit worried now for Thorzain, who doesn't have any minerals saved up at all. That's bad news for Thorzain, who already lost that major fight. He cannot reproduce now, and I think Sheth now on the verge of victory. If he can close in and win this battle, we'll just have to see if he can do it or not. Sheth roaming his way across the middle of the map. And he's got so many air units out here. I don't really know what Thorzain can do. Unfortunately, the attack over here wasn't successful at all, as an Ultralisk was, I don't know, made out of the hatchery or dropped there. That's actually really funny. But a lone Ultra set on guard patrol for the bottom right island. And here comes the Vikings for Thorzain. Thorzain coming in with a great Viking concave. Kills off all the Brood Lords. Gets fungal, though. Not good. Cannot allow himself to get fungal. Lifts off the Vikings to combat the air units once again. Here comes the Ultras. Is there enough anti-ground here for Thorzain to hold off the Ultras? The Ultras are just trying to maw their way through, and it looks like Thorzain unbelievably holds off on the ground, is going to be able to continue this march. And this is such a desperate march indeed. Remember, Thorzain is running out of minerals, only has 800 minerals. This is the only mining location he has. Oh man, look at all those meals though. That is such an intake, and one mining base with meals like this equals all the mining bases that the Zerg has, and more, double in fact. And so you know, that's something that Thorzain desperately, so desperately needed. There's the escape route for that Ultras. He will not have to be sent like a stormtrooper to Tatooine on lone guard patrol duty forever and ever. Thor comes in, checking the location out. There's a Brood Lord. And it's so funny, the two bases are like literally right next to each other, but there's nothing Sheth can do. Actually, Sheth has to be worried here about the potential of an attack. And what the heck, Zergling's being dropped over inside the base here of Thorzain, and I dare say that Thorzain may have just pulled himself back in. You know, with this mining expansion in the mules, he's on a fresh breath of wings here, if you will, and he has got a chance to re-macro his entire army. Likewise, so he's still got to be worried about Sheth and the massive amounts of banked resources he has got. 7,000, 3,000, are you kidding me? Here's a drop Thor, a Thor ship gets countered by Sheth's forces, so that is not going to be successful. And this is such an epic game. So I can see why now this is so highly rated by the viewers on the replay website. Fantastic match so far. Completely unconventional play from Thorzain in the late game, and you know, more Ravens coming out here from the Terran side. As he wants to beef up that Raven count. I think he lost most of them in that last fight. All the upgrades in this game, by the way, guys, have been researched. There's pretty much no more upgrades left. The Terran has building armor, and I think even the plus range for planetary fortresses. 3-3 on the air, 5-3 on the ground. It's like the super late game now. 36 minutes in. Sheth trying to make something happen, but there's too much of a Terran encampment in the middle of the map. One thing that will be interesting to look at is the SCV count. 47 for Thorzain. I would almost say at this point it would be good of him to throw away more SCVs and rely solely on orbital commands for muling the mineral patches, so he can free up supply space for his army. Units lost right now, 32 grand a piece. That's insane. And here we go. It looks like Thorzain going for a triple Thor drop, Thor ship. Yes. I think he's going to try to drop the islands, but remember, Sheth does have a Nidus network, Nidus worm there, so he can worm reinforcements in very quickly. And I think the whole strategy here behind Thorzain is to take out the worm before it can provide any reinforcements. Try to get the jump on the Zerg player and hope Sheth doesn't have good reaction timing. But I don't know what these Ultras think they're doing. They are totally in no man's land. I'm gonna just shred up some Marines here or there. I don't know what the heck is going on. It will die to the Thor's continuous firepower though. And here comes the double Thor ship Marine medevac drop. Oh, he's gonna go around the backside, and I really hope Sheth's paying attention here. He's got to have forces ready to go inside a Nidus Worm. There we go, loading them inside the Nidus Worm. He has to get his units outside. He does, and he gets a fungal down. Beautiful timing right there. Good anticipation. At the same time, also attacking into the planetary fortress, just a stone skip away from his base. Nice reaction, and that was cut. That just cut off the blood vein for Thorzain. The only hope really of Thorzain in this game is to get mules out that expansion. He was able, Sheth was able to deny that. Very nice job. Now Thorzain has got to be a little bit worried, but it seems like he was able to make a lot of money off that base in the time that he had it up. 5,000 minerals, in fact. So I guess he's okay for now. And this is insane. 38 minutes, almost 40 minutes into this game. No clear side has an advantage right now. Sheth is just kind of sending in ultras now like they're Zerglings on random assassination missions, like go kill off what you can, do well for your Overmind master. And what is this? We have Infestors and Infested Terrans coming around the backside as well. It looks like a Marine Thor party was able to pick off one of the central hatcheries. And so that's good. You know, all the central hatcheries here, in fact, the perimeter hatcheries on the islands here, all the bases here count for so much now, because banking up resources is a big part of the game in the late game. It looks like that was a nice intercept by Sheth. Oh, battle of the Thor and the Ultras. Looks like the Thor loses with the backup for the Ultras from the Infested Terrans. But as I was saying, banking resources here is so important in the ultra late game. You have to have a lot of resources, and on top of that, having units that rely a lot on energy is very good to have as well. That means Infestors, Ghosts, Ravens, because they have the ability to do damage without any risk. So look for these two players to start to incorporate more of those types of units. I'm surprised we haven't seen Ghosts actually yet for Thorzain. In fact, he's getting Cloaking Field, but that's not for Ghosts, that's for Banshees. Here comes a drop once again, but they run into their infested brothers and they die. So that was pretty much shut down, and this is insane. This is just, I don't even know what's going on. 36 SCVs to 52. That's actually better for Thorzain, like I said, to lose SCVs at this point because he doesn't want to have too much. More Nidus Storms just coming around the map to interconnect all locations on Metropolis like some massive spider web for the Zerg player. And oh, these poor Brute Lords, what are they doing? Totally caught out of position. Thorzain doesn't even need to expend Seeker missiles here to kill these off. He's going to kill them off for free, and now he can Secret Missile these Corruptors. There we go! Double Secret Missiles! Ouch! That really hurts, and now Thorzain turns around, knows he's got the advantage, and he can take these Corruptors out basically for free. Well, not for free, but basically with an advantage. But he decides better against it and pulls back. Looks like another hatchery coming up here for Sheth. And it's just a war of attrition. It's like who can make the most money and stockpile it into a treasury bond and invest for the future. 0% interest here for these two players. And looks like Thorzain certainly has a lot of macro orbital commands. That's what I'm talking about. Throw away SCVs in the late game, use your orbitals to drop mules, and that's all you really need, and you're gonna have a bigger army. So I like what Thorzain has done with that. It's a very interesting game. Thorzain with the random Thor ship in the back of the 4th hatchery, I believe, and trying to look for a lane to drop with, but unfortunately there really isn't one. The middle of the map being occupied by the Terran player, but it doesn't necessarily mean the Terran player is winning. Look at the army from Sheth. That's a lot of Brute Lords and Corruptors, and what we're going to see here is another massive battle, and it's like whoever has the most men standing will win, but you also have to factor in the reinforcements. And right now, I've got to say that Thorzain has a lot of banked resources. Remember that treasury bond I was talking about, guys? 6,000 is the return here for Thorzain. And minerals are so much more important than gas for Terran in this kind of extended warfare because Marines are so cost effective. And so, whoa, what do we have going on here? Like I said, using energy to do damage is the most cost effective way to do damage, obviously. So, you know, Sheth trying to do that, but the problem here, I think, for Sheth, if these two players engage with their main armies, is that they don't have, Sheth doesn't have that much banked gas nor minerals to continue a reinforcement warfare, so he's really going to have to win decisively in this battle. Luckily for him, Terran players do have a disadvantage late game, Terran versus Zerg. So Brood Lord Infestor is a very powerful composition. It looks like those Infestors are going to go down. Meanwhile, here comes Sheth with all of his army. That is so many Brood Lords. Oh my god. And Sheth's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get Secret Missile. That would be disgusting if he gets Secret Missile. So he's got to be very careful. Make sure his units are spread out. Terran player actually Thorzain doing a good job of, you know, spreading everything out really, really well. Fungal growth will not be a really big threat here. And Sheth has to come out big in this battle because he cannot win the long-term warfare with the monies he's got banked up. Nice infested Neuroparasite there on the Thors, leading the charge with his opponent's Thors, and now coming down with a rain of Brute Lords. I will cover the sky and blot out the sun with Brutelings, says Sheth. And now here comes the Ravens. Oh my god, those Brute Lords! No! Oh god! All those Brute Lords just got eradicated, evaporated. They've condensed into a thin, red, bloody mist on the ground, and I don't think that could have worked any worse for Sheth. Thorzain has just ripped everything apart. He just molesterated Sheth, and now Thorzain, you know, like I said, he had more banked resources. Sheth had to win that last battle. Well, guess what? He didn't. And now I can't believe it. Thorzain is going to win this game. 50 minutes almost in now. Meals being dropped down for repairs. Who cares? Repair actually is not a bad option at all right now. And this is incredible. This is insane. And Sheth has run out of money. That is it. He doesn't have any money left over. He cannot remake his army. That was like all in, all of his cards being shown to everyone to see, all of his chips in the middle pile, and he has no more bankroll to play with. And so Thorzain says, well, I'll just go ahead and expand because I know you can't do a thing about it. And remember, guys, Thorzain did win the first game, so all he has to do is win this game to close out the deal. And it's certainly looking bleak right now, but I'm not counting Sheth out yet. This game has had so many twists and turns already. And here comes Sheth running in with everything. Oh, I don't know about this one, boys. I don't know about this one. And Thorzain looks like he will clean up very handily. Also has the double Thor drop once again. 2 Thors versus 2 Ultras, baby. He's going to go for the Nidus Worm first. Oh, he saves one of the Thors. Nice job. Nice job. But, yeah, it's looking very bleak right now indeed for the Zerg player. You know, at one point in this game, remember, Thorzain was losing. I thought he was out of this game, and he made one of the most spectacular comebacks I've ever seen. I thought he was out of the game, but then the mulage, dropping Ultras, lol. Oh man. Oh, the SCVs fighting for themselves. They will, with the tank, hold on. But yeah, remember at one point in this game, guys, that Thorzain lost the major battle, pulled back, and because of the mules in the late game are pretty good, yo. I think that's why he was able to kind of reinvigorate himself back in. Here we go. Ultra versus Thor once again. Where have we seen that fight before? And once again, another run in from Sheth, burrowing the Zerglings first, so they don't take damage from the tank, and then sending them in. I think he will be able to kill off this command center, actually, and a lot of mules, but I don't know, man. It's pretty bleak still for him. He just doesn't have the intake to continue this war. One thing he is doing a good job of, he has got to hold on. If Sheth has any chance of winning this game, he better damn well hold on to this expansion. It's the only mining expansion he's got left. He has done a very good job of keeping the Terran player away from that area so far, but the problem he faces is if he holds on to this expansion and focuses all of his efforts down there, what about the middle areas? What about this one? What about the one at the top left? Sheth knows he cannot allow the Terran player to claim this northwest island, and so he brings in the Nidus network, brings in with a couple of Zerglings, and actually might get us around on this Thor. Does he actually have a chance in this game? I don't know. I don't think he can go head-on, face-to-face with the Terran army, but he can go for these little guerrilla warfare tactics. Once again, comes in, but I don't know, not doing the damage that I thought he would do. No SCVs there to kill, but he will get us around on the backside army. Gets a fungal on the Banshees as well. Nice job, but not enough anti-air to take out those Banshees. Just a fungal growth, and yeah, I think Thorzain is just kind of playing this little we'll wait and see game, you know? I know I can control the map better than you. I know I can mine more resources, and I damn well know I have more money banked up than you do. So it's going good for Thorzain. Sheth coming around the backside once again. Too much army in the back for him to handle. Look at the firepower provided by those Thorzain tanks. And meanwhile, there's a drop on the backside. Sheth not even able to defend here. Has to tuck tail and run in the middle of the map, and I think the doors are closing for Sheth. That little glimmer of light that we saw, I think it's kind of fading away now, and I think the dawn of realization kind of peaking, cresting on Sheth's face, and he realizes that this is pretty much it, and this is the end. The end is near. 47 supply to 170, 162, but an epic game between Sheth and Thorzain. Wow, 51-minute game. That was beyond mind equals blown. That was beyond 1 divided by infinity. Anyways, there was just too much in this game to even look at, to even analyze, but I do want to just point out one major thing, and that was, I think, this fight right here. Yes, I want to see the Brood Lord. I want to see the fight, the Ravens once again. So let's go ahead and rewind and see it. 45 minutes. There it is. It comes in. I like the leading in with the Thors. You know, I really like that. Now remember, one more time, Sheth has to win this battle decisively. He does not have as much banked up resources. Look at the bank. It's just like a rich man and a poor man. So you know that you have to win the fight if you're going to have an advantage. He comes in nice, picks off the Thors, and mind controls them. But I don't know if he realized that there were Ravens out. He did, actually. He killed off one. I don't think he realized there was a backup fleet of Ravens. These 3 Ravens, right, or 5 Ravens. What the heck? It's just so much units around here. I can't even see. But there were 5 Ravens loaded with Seeker Missile. And look at what happens as a result. OMG! Oh no! That did not just happen. And that alone, that right there was the battle. He actually mind controlled another Raven as well. Funny. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. That was an epic game, and I really enjoyed casting that. Once again, if you guys could, please do subscribe. I'm at youtube.com/HDStarcraft. I'm also at Facebook and Twitter at HDStarcraft as well. There you guys can find updates when I do live stream events and other various things. So that is it for me, and this is HD signing out.